Welcome back. May is National Foster Care Month, and today we're talking with an expert about how greater now than ever before. There are ways that local families can step up and help these vulnerable kids in the foster care system. And joining me now to talk all about it is Star Allen Petway from Bethany Christian Services. Star, thank you so much for being with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, we should note you are from the Detroit office. Bethany Christian Services also has offices in other parts of the state, primarily Grand Rapids. But thank you again for everything that you do to help foster children. How has COVID-19 affected the foster care system?
Absolutely. In the season of COVID, it has definitely impacted the number of kids that are coming into care, clearly kids that are at risk, and then has prompted us to respond differently, right? So we would usually have families come in for an orientation in person. We've had to adjust that where we're now doing those meetings virtually and trying to, just ensure that the community remains aware of what's happening with kids in our area and what they can absolutely do about it.
Are you seeing an increase in the number of children who need foster families, or is it about what it has always been?
Well, I think initially the risk appeared to be different because a lot of what we would see when kids would, they'd go to school or they're involved in community activities, they had a lot of touch points where they would engage with folks that would be able to see more of what was happening. But when COVID-19 hit, a lot of kids and families were isolated. So we didn't see as much of that. Now with the restrictions loosening up, we're absolutely seeing more kids coming into care and the needs for those children being a lot greater.
So what are you looking for in a family that may be thinking about becoming foster parents?
Absolutely. So I think, first of all, just to find people that have a heart for children. I think oftentimes you think, am I able to do this? This may be too much. But kids really just want to feel loved. They want to feel connected and be a part of a family. And that's Bethany's mission, is to ensure that every kid has a loving place to call home.
Sure. What is the process like to become a licensed foster parent? How long does it take? What do they have to go through?
Absolutely. So if families are interested in becoming foster parents or adoptive parents with Bethany, they would fill out an application and we would walk them through that during the orientation process. Once the application is complete, it can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months to get a family license. But the awesome thing is that we're walking with each and every family along that process to ensure that they make it to the end and that they're able to become partners with Bethany to support vulnerable kids and families.
Is fostering primarily the only option for families who want to help out in some way?
Absolutely not. There's so many things that families could do if you're interested in being a mentor for a kid, if you're interested in donating clothes, if you're interested in, just being able to do respite for kids. Sometimes our foster families don't have as large of a support system. So if we have families that are interested in kind of being that standing in the gap for families who are licensed, it would be an amazing asset to the organization.
And so for the kids who are coming into the program right now, what are the average ages that you're seeing for those who need a foster family?
Absolutely. So mostly school age children. I think the three categories where we struggle the most is school age kids, sibling groups, and older youth. So if we have families that are interested and know that their niche is working with school age children or older kids, we'd love to work with those families.
And I know there's no one type of situation, but on average, how long do children spend in foster care?
Usually about 12 to 15 months. There are some times where that process is a little bit longer. The courts might be working with families to ensure that we've exhausted every avenue to reunify kids with their families. So usually about 12 to 15 months.
Anything else people should know if they are thinking, okay, maybe this is a step we should take as a family to become foster parents or even single
Absolutely.
foster parents?
Absolutely. I would just say, take that first step, give us a call. We get you signed up for the next orientation and get you going. There's so many kids that need love. And really, to be honest, these kids need you if you have the space and the heart to serve.
There you go.
Kids.
It's all about love. Bethany.org is where people can go for more information. Star Ellen Petway, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.